Hello everyone, this is Miss Beth from the Public Library in Sturgeon Bay, and we are looking at the screen-free craft bag pickup for August. So, what do we have in it this time? It is a, this is not what it's not what it says on there. This is the colorable bookmark, the summer activity page, and these lovely binoculars. All right, adult supervision is suggested. So, because it is for 4K through 2nd grade. So let's get to it, shall we? What will you need to do this? Of course, you're going to need a scissors and something to color with. And then, let's take a look at the activity page. This activity page has different shapes down here hidden inside this picture to color. So there might be some shapes in here that you might recognize, and you need to find those and do your coloring as you go. So I decided to give each one of these its very own color, and then you go ahead and you color those in. And then also, each one of your packets has a bookmark. One of these bookmarks is in each one of your packets. And when you are finished coloring those and cutting them out, they might look something like this. Ta-da! All right. So, how do you put together these little packets? So there are 3 different colors of all of these. There's a brown one, there's a green one, and there's this blue one. Okay, let's take a look at what's inside the bag. So, inside the bag, we have these pieces. So the printed side is the outside. You're going to have a little spot where and this is the other one, where the cord goes through, because it's got a cord. So this has got a sticky piece to turn it into there. Then there are stickinesses on the inside of this one, and you'll notice that this one does not have anything on the other side. So one of your pieces is going to be the one that doesn't have anything on the outside, and the other one is going to be the one that has both on. And there's a reason for that, and I'll get to that in just a minute. Now, what have we got? Instructions for the Craft Tube Binocular Craft Kit. So we will take a look at those, and as you can see, they've got these around the outside, here and here, and then it's got these bits. There's 2 of these really pretty chenille strings, and this 2-piece little bit. Let's do the 2-piece little bit here first. All right, so from the back side, you slide it through. So it comes through that side. So you put it through the little side first, and then what you're going to do is you're going to make yourself, this is a knot tying thing as much as anything else. So you're going to make some nice big knot on that side, and then it holds. You're going to do the same thing. So this one here has these little bits. Go through the small end and tie a knot so that it is too big to pull out. See, nice and tight there toward the end, and it slides out, and that is all good. So when you are all finished, we'll push these together just like that, and then you can take it off if you want to. So that comes back and forth without any trouble. We will put the rest on when we get them all put together. So what have I got? First things first. You peel off this white bit here. And it's not too bad. All right, then what I want you to do is come around to the other side and just enough to get covered by the little tape section there, just like that. All right, do the same thing on the second one. So there we go, and around, and oh, it's very sticky, and just enough to cover, because that means that both of the tubes are going to be the same size. All right, there we go. Now, on one of them, and it doesn't matter which one, we're going to take this, we're going to peel that off, and we're going to use this to cover the crease there. We're going to cover that edge, and just really very carefully all the way around, and there is enough of it so that it folds over, right? And so the creases are on the inside. So those edges are on the inside, and we pull this other one apart. Wonderful. And we do the same thing. So right up to the edge and around, so you can see, right up to the edge and coming around just like that, all the way around until you get it all done. All right, so that's one of the two. Now, the other one, we'll start out doing exactly the same. If we can not have it pull off, it needs to pull off nice and clean. Do exactly the same thing. All right, here. Around and around and around and around and around and around. And then this. All right. So I didn't make it go overlap on this because we're going to peel that off and then we'll make it overlap. All right, and this. Peel it off. And the same exact thing. Nice and neat all the way around. Right up to the edge. Now, okay, what's the fussy piece? This and this have to be next to each other. That's the start. Then we are going to put these two together so that they make our little binoculars. And they're going to stick right at that seam, which is why we put them like this. And then the seam doesn't show, so, right? So, all right, what do? First we peel off all of these. And this one. All right, just like that. And this one. Peel it off, just like that, like there. And then, making sure that our holes are next to each other, we put it seam to seam. Seam to seam, and then we squeeze it down so that the sticky bits catch. All right, there we go. And that, it's built. All right, so not too bad. Now, tricky pieces. one end here through the hole this way. Why do we do it this way? Because then you don't see the knots. Now, having done a little experimenting with this, you need more than one knot. It needs to be a nice big lump. Why does it need to be a nice big lump? Because this stretches. Unlike this, which is very sturdy, this stretches. If your knot is not big enough, it will pull right out. So, one more time. In through there, and we reach in, and a couple of nice knots to make a nice big lump that will not pull through. You actually have to make the knot, Miss Beth. All right. There we go. There's one. And that one was a little tight. So I'm going to make, I think, 3 knots in this one to make it nice and big. So you see how big and lumpy I just made that? That's going to hold very nicely. And then that is your little binocular that you get to play with. All right. Have a wonderful time making this whole setup. Once you are done, you're going to have one, or maybe another, or maybe one even that looks like this. All right? All of them are possible. You will have one of these. And if it starts to come loose, by gosh, give it another squeeze. There we go. All set. Have a wonderful time with this. Bye-bye.